Hello everyone and welcome back to the Perfect French with Dylane. Yesterday we saw the gender of nouns and today we are going to see plural of nouns. On the book we are going to go from page 25 to page 30. Plural is pretty easy to understand, just like in English or any language. It's when there is more than one person, one thing, one object, one idea, etc. Most of the plural in French are going to be silent. Except a lot of irregulars, but most of the plurals are going to be silent. That's why I do that a lot on my videos when I say I have a few books. Well, I sometimes forget the S because we just don't pronounce it in French. Remember, in French we pronounce as little as possible. So let's start with the noun ending in E, probably the most common ones, and they will only take an S at the end when they are plural. So if we see une plante, des plantes. Une plante, des plantes. Un téléphone, des téléphones. Un téléphone, des téléphones. Une lampe, des lampes. Une lampe, des lampes. Very easy, so we don't pronounce the E at the end, the E is always silent, and we also don't pronounce the S when it's plural. You can already pause the video and do the exercise 1.7. For nouns ending in S, X, and Z, we are not going to add anything because we don't have double S, we don't have a S after X, and we don't have a S after Z. So this is very easy. Here are a few examples. You have more on the book, and also you have the audio. Forgot to say that, don't forget to get the audio, because the list from today are pretty long. I'm not going to use all the words in the videos, but if you want to make sure that you get the pronunciation right, go download the audio. They include it with the book. So we have un bras, des bras. Un bras, des bras. Un corps, des corps. Un corps, des corps. So that's for S. For X, une croix, des croix. Une croix, des croix. Or, un choix, des choix. Un choix, des choix. For Z, we don't have many words ending in Z, but I choose un nez, des nez. Un nez, des nez. Okay, so none of them take a S at the end, they stay exactly the same. Exercise 1.8. The next point is when nouns end in EAU, AU, and EU. So remember that EAU and AU are pronounced the same, they pronounce O, and then EU is pronounced E, and they will all take X at the end when they are plural. Beside exceptions, of course. So for EAU, we have un oiseau, des oiseaux. Un oiseau, des oiseaux. We obviously don't pronounce the X. Un oiseau, des oiseaux. Un agneau, des agneaux. Un agneau, des agneaux. For AU, we have un noyau, des noyaux. Un noyau, des noyaux. Un tuyau, des tuyaux. Un tuyau, des tuyaux. The exception for this one is un landau. Landau will take an S. Landau, landau. It's a baby carriage. For EU, we have un cheveu, des cheveux. Un cheveu, des cheveux. Un neveu, des neveux. Un neveu, des neveux. Except un bleu, des bleus. Un bleu, des bleus. This is a bruise. A similar one to EAU, AU, EU is OU. You will think that it will take an X as well. Well, it doesn't, but it also does. So the rule here is that the regular plural of words ending in OU is going to take an S, and that the irregular one will take X at the end. So the regular plural are going to take an S, but the irregular one will take an X. However, the one that you will encounter the most are the irregular ones. So it's really up to you to choose the rule that you want that works for you. You are the one learning, make up your own rules if you have to. A lot of the students that I had found it more useful to say that the rules was actually with the X and that the other one were irregulars. It's really up to you. Once again, you are the one learning, so whatever works for you. First, let's see a few with the S, and then I'm going to see the full list that I have in the book for the X one. So for S, we have un bisou, des bisous. Un bisou, des bisous. Un clou, des clous. Un clou, des clous. And then for the X we have un bijou, des bijoux. Un bijou, des bijoux. Un caillou, des cailloux. Un caillou, des cailloux. Un chou, des choux. Un chou, des choux. Un genou, des genoux. Un genou, des genoux. Un hibou, des hiboux. Un hibou, des hiboux. Un joujou, des joujoux. Un joujou, des joujoux. And un pou, des poux. Un pou, des poux. So we have a little sentence that we learned as a kid to remember them. It's viens mon chou, mon bijou, mon joujou, sur mes genoux, et jette des cailloux à ce hibou plein de poux. It's a little bit hard to translate, but if I had to, I would say it's come my precious, because mon chou is my cabbage, but it's also a way that, an affectionate word. So mon bijou, also my precious. Mon joujou, my little toy. It gets a little bit creepy here. On my knees, on my laps. And throw some rocks at this owl full of lice. It's a little bit hard to translate because a lot of those words, we use them in a different way. But you get the idea. Exercise 1.9. Now we start with the fun stuff when it's irregular. I mean like irregular. Okay? And we are going to start with the one ending in AL. AL. AL, when plural, is going to turn into AUX. So the spelling and the pronunciation change. We do have quite a lot of exception as well, but you're not going to use the exception too much. So let's see the three first of the list of examples that you have in the book. We have un animal, des animaux. Un animal, des animaux. Un bocal, des bocaux. Un bocal, des bocaux. Un canal, des canaux. Un canal, des canaux. So that's AUX. Now what if we just keep the S? I'm going to give you a few, but really we don't use them that much. So un bal, des balles. Un bal, des balles. Un carnaval, des carnavals. Un festival, des festivals. Un récital, des récitals. So remember it this way, this is all about festivities, okay? Un bal, un festival, un carnaval, un récital. All about festivities. This one is very similar as well, AIL. This one is a similar spelling, but the rule changes. So AIL will only take an S, but the exception will take AUX. Are you confused yet? Let's see three for each. Un chandail, des chandails. Un chandail, des chandails. So remember, we don't pronounce the S. Un détail, des détails. Un détail, des détails. Un épouvantail, des épouvantails. Un épouvantail, des épouvantails. And then the one taking AUX, we have un bail, des beaux. Un bail, des beaux. Un corail, des coraux. Un corail, des coraux. Un émail, des émaux. Un émail, des émaux. Exercise 1.10. Told you there was a lot of exercises in this one. So that was for all the ending with vowels and irregulars. Now we're going to see when it ends with a consonant, which is easier, don't worry. So noun ending with a consonant will simply take an S. So if we see with a R, we have une fleur, des fleurs. Une fleur, des fleurs. With a T, un rat, des rats. Un rat, des rats. With a L, un outil, des outils. Un outil, des outils. All the O-N, A-N, I-N, U-M are also going to take a S. So we have un crayon, des crayons. Un crayon, des crayons. Un ruban, des rubans. Un ruban, des rubans. Un sapin, des sapins. Un sapin, des sapins. Or un parfum, des parfums. Un parfum, des parfums. The last point, the fully irregulars. We have two different points in this one. We have the first one when the whole word changes, and the second one when the word doesn't change but the pronunciation does. Let's start with the first one. I'm sure you know them already. We have un œil, des yeux. Un œil, des yeux. Changes 3. Then we have madame, mesdames. Madame, mesdames. And the same for monsieur. This one, the pronunciation is very specific. Monsieur, messieurs. Monsieur, messieurs. So we go from me to me. Monsieur, messieurs. And the two irregular with the pronunciation, they're easy. It's un œuf, des œufs. Un œuf, des œufs. And the second one is similar with a B in front, is un bœuf, des bœufs. Un bœuf, des bœufs. At least they're easy to remember, you just add a B in front of it, okay? Un œuf, des œufs, un bœuf, des bœufs. Exercise 1.11, and we have one more point to see. Just for your information, some nouns are always plural. I did a video about this recently, when singular in English are plural in French, and when plural in French are singular in English. I will link it in the description box if you want to check it out. But here are a few examples. Les vacances, always plural. Les vacances, vacation. Mathématiques, les mathématiques, always plural. Les lunettes, always plural. If you say la lunette, it's the toilet seat. So maybe don't make the mistake. Another one, les gens, people. Les gens, people. I will let you go to the list in the book. And finally, a few words are singular but refer to a group of people. It's the same way as in English, so it's not too complicated. We have le public, la foule, la famille, and le groupe. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I will see you tomorrow for a lesson on the subject pronoun. À demain!